hold and relax and hold and relax. Okay, so go ahead and contract. Yes. So now I'm seeing a totally different contraction happen here, where this medial quad or the vastus medialis is starting to engage like even more. So someone that was much more severe than this, I would probably tape them. And you can use kinesio tape. You can get it at the pharmacy at Long's. And what I would do is just put a little strip here, a side strip over here on the medial aspect of the knee. And I would just give a little bit of pull from here to here with a short piece of tape, just to give that little bit of a stretch again, just like I did. But it's more gentle and it's more gradual. So then she can just walk around and do her daily activities with that little tape. And you might decide that you want to do that, and that might be good, but you can also do this yourself. You can sit up from where you are and do exactly what I just did, okay? And that's after we released a lot around the knee. Okay, and I can also come into anterior tibialis here, which she shared was really sensitive when I was working on it when she was face down. And I'm just going to strip out the anterior tibialis, much like I did on Jocelyn. If those of you saw last month's case study on Jocelyn and her ankle, we did something similar to help to open Jocelyn's ankle here. One of the other things that we can do to check if it is anterior cruciate or posterior cruciate, I'll show you the tests that we do for that. That's from my physical therapy days, but it's helpful in my Lomi practice. And that feels like much softer now in here. Okay. You can do all of those same knee pulls that we did when Heather was face down. From this position, I just sit and I put my medial hand at the crease of the knee. I put my other hand on top. I lean back and traction down. Are you feeling the same thing as you did before?
Sensitive.
Still a little sensitive?
Behind the knee.
Behind me, okay.
But not like painful. Just feels different than the rest.
Mm-hmm. Is it exactly as it was before?
No, way less.
A little bit less?
Yeah.
Okay. I think a little less hyperextending is going to be helpful with that.
I think so too.
You can also do popliteus, coming from medial to lateral. So I put my medial fingers down first, and then I travel lateral.
Feels better.
And there's just, I think, some inflammatory chemicals that get stuck in the knee and different aspects of the knee when something's going on, and just by opening up all of the neighborhood around the joint, we can help to release some of that. I think that might be a little bit of what you're experiencing there, because now it's just softer.
Way better.
Yeah. Just some tension behind the knee, a little holding into the soleus behind the knee, or even into the heads of the gastrocs as they come down. Just a little holding pattern, a little splinting, and that's what the body does whenever there's pain. The pain signal is going to override anything that your brain wants to tell you to do. So, okay, so how I would check if it's an anterior cruciate issue is I would see how much the tibia will translate forward on the femur. And it looks like this. And that's really good. Not a big deal at all. If I saw that this tibia came plonk out to here, then I would worry, but it's no problem. And you can always check it to the other side. Same thing. If I pressed back and I saw like a step drop off here, I would think, oops, posterior cruciate. And sometimes that does happen with an overflexion. Yeah.
I don't feel that at all. It feels solid.
It feels very solid. I don't think that's a problem at all. What I'd like to do is get Heather up and see how that is now in standing, and have her do some of the movements that originally were tender for her. I'm just going to check one last thing coming off the medial aspect. And I want to show you the pes serenus work. So I'm peeling off the inside knee, and you can come all the way up as well. I'm not feeling so much going up as I am feeling peeling off. Right here at the knee where she's had some tension, and again, this is just some splinting from what she has going on. Also, the medial muscles trying to hold, even though they're really on stretch weakness. So it's going to be about strengthening those inside muscles. And peeling off.
So is that why I got worse in time? Because I only noticed it a little bit in the beginning, and then it's...
So muscles go, whoop,
right.
Everything starts splinting, and then the joint isn't really moving in the same way that it normally would. Right. So we just turned off all those guys that we're holding, so that now you can get back to your regular movement. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just a little bit of giving space. Okay. So I'm going to cavale. I'm going to let Heather get up off the table, and we'll see what she looks like in stand. So we have Heather back again, and I just want to check her range of motion one last time while she's still on the table. So if I go to here, this is where I get the first resistance, and that's much better. I was getting the resistance out here, but right there, boom, got a little touch, so that's good. I can also put my hand here and give her a little bit more space and traction the knee, and then see if I can give her a little bit more, and then she gets all the way down. So just that little bit of opening at the knee gives her a little bit more range of motion. She got a little tractioning of the knee by me having my hand there. So I want to see if that same thing can help her when she's kneeling, because that's a position that she uses in her yoga practice, and rather than her just giving up that position, I'd rather find ways that she can do that position comfortably. So let's get Heather up off the table, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Heather use like a little towel roll. I think you could even get away with a washcloth, but let's just start with a towel roll, and I'm just going to do it. Let's just see what is comfortable for her. Something that's kind of close to like my finger width, probably, something like that. So let's try. So first let's have you kneel like you showed us in the beginning that you did.
This doesn't hurt me.
It's not hurting at all.
No.
Let's first see if you can get up from there, because it was really the getting up from there that was like the kicker, right?
So it was like I would feel it in here, and then I would go to stand up, and then it would hurt. But it doesn't hurt at all.
And so you can walk around, just right up from there. Woohoo! Okay, so I think what you can try, let's have you go back down, is for a bit, as this is healing and you're working on some of that lateral, stretching out a little bit of that lateral movement. Go ahead and go back. Of the kneecap.
That's great.
Yeah, so it gives you a little bit more space. It gives you a little bit more space in the knee. And I remember when you first got down on the ground, you were like, yeah, maybe I wouldn't sit here all day, but I can do it.
Right.
But with this, you might be able to do it as you need to do your practice.
Yeah, it feels like there's less pressure in that like clampy area.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like it's doing that at all.
Great. And then the other homework that we gave Heather, just to recap, is she's going to be doing, so you can bring your legs out straight. Heather's going to be doing some work on her own. So Heather, tell them what your homework is.
So I need to start to trigger the inside of my thigh above the knee. So I'm going to block the kneecap and then turn it on and try not to let it move to the side without touching the top of the kneecap, right? Just
right, because you don't want that grinding. But it's giving a little stretch to the lateral aspect of the knee.
And I can feel the difference on the inside of my thigh, like it's stronger than it was before.
Yeah, what was happening was because of the discomfort that she was feeling, this medial quad, or vastus medialis, wasn't firing. And now it definitely is. So we just did a little bit of re-education for this to fire, and now it's going to start doing its job. So
And maybe I'm going to buy a bike.